And now, VermontViews.org contributor Shanta asks you to ponder this.
I just returned from a road trip that happened out of a need to bring a vehicle back to the East Coast from New Mexico. My husband and I took it as an opportunity to execute a lifelong dream we both had of traveling across the United States. For 11 days, we journeyed through New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, South Dakota, Minnesota, Michigan, Ohio, New York, and then home. As each new landscape undressed before us, I realized my need to revisit my fuzzy elementary and middle school knowledge of geography while passing through buttes, gaping at the landscape of the Badlands, or driving within various gorges. How many of us can recall the mountain range that spans across several states, or remember their age, or remembering the meaning of the state names like Colorado or Wyoming? It is easy for that knowledge or parts of our history to become abandoned. There was an indescribable weight that I felt while in the presence of the mass grave of the Wounded Knee Memorial, for example. This feeling, and even rereading the description of that tragedy, clashed with how I learned this and other pieces of history as a child. Our social studies chapters would move quickly through things like Manifest Destiny, the westward expansion, and some footnotes about tragedies that included Wounded Knee and the Trail of Tears. This simple road trip added some depth to some of my brewing thoughts about how we educate our children and how we continue to educate ourselves. It was a breathing reminder of what my Indian friend once explained to me about learning the secrets of Tantra when I mentioned a book that I was reading. Put all of the books down. You can't read any of this in a book. Extreme? Maybe. But the actual feeling of being at Wounded Knee, the sight of an uninhabitable landscape known simply as the Badlands, or actually seeing the Big Sky country, can't really fully be encapsulated by someone else's account or through a lesson. In fact, we should all work to find ways for our schools to institute ways to study abroad within our own country, in addition to options for seeing the world. After all, isn't it best to know where you're going after you truly understand where you've been?